Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Gooner Gathering. We are live this evening, so this isn't exactly what I had in mind today, as I've already tried to pre-record this video, and news has changed in front of my very eyes. Hope you're all doing very well this afternoon. So we'll get straight into it. What I am going to do on this live stream tonight, I am going to talk about obviously the breaking news on Lewis Skelly. A few other bits of transfer activity, bit of news from the academy front, and some news from the women's side as well. Let's bring up the picture. There he is, my boy Miles Lewis Skelly, who met up with myself and Amy at the pre-season friendly here in Chelmsford a little while ago. Yes, so a little bit of common sense has prevailed, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dom's already said it for me. It's good to see you, Dom. How you doing, mate? And Arsenal, sorry, that's AFC always. And Arsenal domination in here, absolutely the right decision. So obviously I don't need to cover an awful lot of ground here, because we all know what happened. The tackle against Wolves on Saturday, against Matt Doherty. We all knew it wasn't a red card to start with. Now, as I was going to say in my previous video, which I've had to delete now, I understand the process was that they had to get the appeal in by about 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and they were going through all that. And it's great to see that they're not wasting any time in getting the correct decision out there. It means that Lewis Skelly is available now for the Manchester City game on Sunday, of course, the League Cup semi-final, and he won't miss out on the Leicester game as well. That's great news for the for the kid. It's all right. Dom's on a train. Maybe he's about to go and pick up Isaac. Who knows? That's a long old joke that's has got to go around the platform. So you've got to say, no worries, mate. You know what to do. Thanks, mate. Great news for the kid. You could see how upset he was by what happened to him, especially on a day where it was so unusual for us to have two academy guys out there on the field at the same time. Of course, Ethan Nuari was out there with him as well, and it's been so long since that had actually happened. So, yeah, I knew Don would pop at that one. So, great news for him. Let's move on, all right, because obviously that's now in the past. I do want to talk a little bit of transfer news with you, because you wouldn't know it, would you? But there is a transfer window going on. And there's a little bit of news, a lot of talk about this young man here. So his name is Surya Napan. Now, he's an attacking midfield player from Rosenborg. So he's 18-year-old. So I can't say to you all that I know an awful lot about him, because I don't think I've seen a lot of him live, but I have done my research with Yes, and he has had 28 appearances in the season that ended in December. Their season runs from March to December, and during that season, these stats are pretty impressive, to be fair. Scoring 8 goals and having 7 assists. For an 18-year-old kid, they are impressive stats. But I do have to question if that's our transfer policy, if that's what we are going for. Maybe it's great to look into the future, certainly. But how does he integrate within the first team? And would he be that signing for the summer that's going, or for the season that's going to, bring us up to challenge? I don't know. I don't think it's the one that I'm looking for. Dom's still with us. That's good. He's like the stream twice. That's what you guys should do. What's Dom say about Napan? Let's hope we did enough to sign him, as he sounds like a talent. He's got a big decision to make. But if we do get him, there needs to be other signings. I agree completely. We already know that we're desperate for forward. I felt so much for Kai Havertz actually on Saturday. Look, some of yous don't like Kai, and I understand that. All right, you can have your opinions on that, and that's absolutely fine. But what you can't question is work rate. I mean, yeah, okay, he's missed some chances and stuff, but the guy was absolutely run to the ground on Saturday at Wolves, and quite honestly, for tomorrow's game, I'd be looking to try and rest him if we can, because I know we're not completely out of the woods, and I know we need to still get something tomorrow at Girona, but it's a case of, look, I want Kai to be fresh or fresher to face, excuse me, Manchester City. It's not time to get a croak in my throat. This is what I was worried about doing this live, because all of us in the family are going down with something. It's not good. Right. So again, watch this space. We know when the deadline ends. I believe the deadline day is Monday, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Dom, yes, kind of agrees with me here, and he says that yeah, definitely rest him tomorrow, and it takes a freak set of results. Excuse me. To see us outside the top 8. Yes, Monday the 3rd of February is transfer deadline day. Let's move on before I completely lose my voice, shall we? Let's talk a little bit about our friend Alexander Zinchenko. So reportedly quite a bit of interest in the Ukrainian left back. Has got 18 months left on his contract at Arsenal, attracting a bit of interest from Atletico Madrid and Borussia Dortmund. Now, this is an interesting one, because if we are going to cash in on him, maybe this is the time to do so. Well, down the pecking order, I would say, in terms of the first team. And thought that was Lawrence Fox for a second. Okay. Well off the pace in terms of being a first team player. He's been it was an unused sub at Molineux. Interestingly, there is another left back at the club whose contract does run out. There's a little bit of talk about him as well, Kieran Tierney, right? And the club haven't activated the clause to extend his contract. So it suggests that, I mean, he's more than I think he's allowed to sign a contract, to like pre-contract deal now, and a lot of us are expecting him to go to Celtic. Excuse me. Oh yeah, this cold is attacking me and my family, and I tell you what, my voice is going. I knew this would happen doing a live, but never mind. We'll keep going. I'm a professional. So I'd like to know what you guys would do in terms of Zinchenko. It's very good on the ball. As a defender, I'm not so much of a fan. What would you guys do in terms of Kai? I'm going to have to just mute myself for a second. I need to clear my throat. Bear with me just a second. That'd be a story, wouldn't it? YouTube live on broadcast passes out. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Right. This next story kind of links with. I was going to talk about the academy in just a second, but also related in transfer activity is this young man here, Aiden Heaven, the young defender, has he's only played 10 minutes for the first team. That was in the 3-0 win in the League Cup against Preston North End. A lot of talk of him being on the verge of joining Manchester United. Sky are reporting that he's about set for a medical, and reportedly was at Old Trafford. Reportedly at Old Trafford for the Manchester United versus Rangers game that happened last midweek. My take on this one is that he must be quite far down the line if the likes of and this always gets people talking, doesn't it? If Thomas Partey is getting the call to play right back ahead of this kid, what does that suggest his future is with Arsenal? I mean, the guy clearly wants first team opportunities, right? Does he get that easier at Manchester United in their current state? Possibly. We'll see. And if he does go, I mean, I would imagine it'll be a nominal sort of fee. I would imagine, because frankly, he's a youth team product with 10 minutes down his belt. I don't know. Well, it's one to keep an eye on as we approach the transfer deadline. Back to the chat just for a second. And Dom says on Zinchenko, sell him. He's done okay for us, but time to move on. Keep Tierney, as we need one to stay, and we get less income from selling him. Yeah, I think you're right. I do think you're right, Tom. So, with that being said, obviously we'll keep an eye on what goes on in terms of transfer activity in the next few days. Let's hope we can get a elusive striker that I think we desperately crave. Gonna quickly run over some of the academy results. Thanks to Emerson Cozier, I've got the results in front of me from the weekend. Saturday, the under-21s beat Nottingham Forest by 2-0. Salah Oudman Mahad, the Egyptian, scored in the 31st minute. Kane Edwards also scored a 68th minute penalty, which secured the 2-0 win. In the under-18s later in that day, the Arsenal boys won 3-1 against West Ham United. Max Dowmans, the much talked about Max Dowmans on the score sheet yet again. Daniel Ortude and I think it's Sad O'Neill. If I've butchered them names, I'm sorry. He was on the score sheet as well. And Fine Anamon. Again, Sam was kind enough yesterday. Sam Wilson. Also check him out on Wrestle Dogs, by the way, guys. Check him out on YouTube for their wrestling content. Sam talked about the Arsenal women's team. They have got the back-to-back games against Manchester City, one in the league on Sunday. The date is confirmed for the League Cup semi-final. Is at Meadow Park on Thursday, the 6th of February, 7 o'clock kickoff at Meadow Park, as I say. Arsenal against Manchester City. And if you wanted to watch it and you're here in the UK, you could see that on the Barclays WSL YouTube channel and on the BBC iPlayer. If you're elsewhere in the world, check your local cable provider. It sounded like the proper announcer, like I should be there. That is just about all that I've got time for today, because I am here on my own. I'm got to keep an eye on Amy in the other room, guys. So I hope you enjoyed our little live for today. If you've got this far, please make sure you've hit the like button. And please, if you like what we do, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And let me just press the banner for the social media. Hopefully that one will go. There we go. Keep an eye on our social media for what we are going to be doing for the rest of the week. There's a chance, although if I've got a voice like this, I'm not sure how long I'll last with it, that we might do the live match watch along, chat along tomorrow. I'll drop the details of anything that we do drop on our Twitter page, X page, at Gooner Gathering, at Goonerly Meads. That's where you can find me. Thank you for watching. If you're watching us on demand, please leave us a comment as well. We appreciate all your support as we race towards 400 subscribers. Thank you again for watching, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Cheers for watching.